protection against Hudson.
Okay, you all got all this going on between one another, but you all still being around each other? What's the point of having the paperwork on?
Okay, we'll get them there, okay?
Because I just told you I almost lost my life last night, ma'am. That's the point of having paperwork. Okay, but you're having access to him, you are going around him, allowing him to do this to you? I've already talked about this with somebody else. I just want the support file right now. 30 minutes ago. Where they at?
Ma'am, we don't have a call at your location. Did you call 30 minutes ago?
I did. I called about an hour ago. And then nobody came.
Hello everyone, it's your sister Roland, and all I need is a few minutes to talk about this tragic case coming out of Memphis, Tennessee, where we have a 22-year-old young lady by the name of Jaquinsia Armstrong that was taken out by her ex-boyfriend, whose name was Justin Hudson. So you heard those snippets of 911 call. The first one was Jaquinsia calling 911 and letting them know that she had a order of protection against Justin Hudson, and she had an altercation with him. Not sure exactly how it transpired, but she had an altercation with him. I think he demanded her to come and get in the car, and then whatever he's doing, I don't know if he was trying to, crash the car, whatever. So she was able to open the door and get out of the car. And so she was calling because, with the order of protection, you're not supposed to be within certain feet of the person. So if that happens and then you're able to survive, because sometimes the person get in proximity of you and you are unable to call anybody. But she was able to escape because she jumped out of the car. So I believe since then he was trying to take her out. And she got this order of protection from last December of 2021. So anyway, she got out. So she called, I think the next day, the 911. That's what the lady was, she was trying to explain to the lady. And then you hear the lady was like, "Oh, why y'all have all this going together? And what is the reason you have the paperwork?" And then she's like, she wants it to be recorded because he violated the terms of the order. So that's when this 911 caller, instead of dispatching the police to get this man, to arrest him, she decided to give her advice, which is nothing wrong with that, because maybe that talk that she had with this young lady may have stirred her in the right direction, wake her up in a sense that you really need to stay away from this guy. No matter what he says, run away from him or whatever. But we will never ever know, because the fact that this 911 dispatcher did not even I don't even think she recorded it. She didn't even let nobody know so they could pick this man up. Then the second call that you hear, which is another failure again, she called and she let them know he's trying to break into the house. And she called like an hour or 30 minutes, I'm not sure, but it doesn't take an hour and doesn't take 30 minutes, even if it was 15 minutes, depending on how stuff is. But definitely 30 minutes is enough time for them to, come to her. And she had to call back again the second time. And I don't want to play that, because on the second time that she called, that's when, while she's on the phone, he took her out. He did the grandma, but he didn't take out the grandma. The grandma got hit in her hand. But with her, he made sure that he took her out. And then when he was done, of course, like the coward that he was and is, because he's not here anymore, he took himself out. And these stories happen every day, literally every day, concerning women. And sometimes they only make news because they have something different about them. Like this, she called the police and she got this first. She called the police to arrest this guy, where he wouldn't have been able to do it. And then she got this lecture. Was nothing wrong with the lecture. It was not that time. And then even if you was going to give a lecture, while you lecturing me, dispatch the police. You could lecture, you want, whatever. That's your mouth. Freedom of speech. But dispatch the police, which this person didn't do, whoever this person was. This is ridiculous. And then this young lady is out. And this is what I always say. Sometimes a lot of times in this situation like this, you have to do preventative measures, because when you find out, this person is loose a lot of screws, they're not all there. And you thinking that, hey, if anything happens, I could call law enforcement. I have people that can. No, sometimes you have nobody that can help you. And unfortunately, it was not failure on the police part, but it was in the dispatching method. That's where it failed. And then this young lady lost her life. But sometimes, let me tell you something, to be honest, some people, the minute that you decide to be their girlfriend, their boyfriend, you have sealed your fate. You have literally sealed your fate. You have to recognize these people. You have to, because this man he had issues with women, because this is not the first time he have done, before he was with this girl. And then he was 10 years her senior. Sometimes that works. Sometimes it works. But that's an exception. The majority of times, when a person is way older than you, especially 10 years older than you, those things don't work. Sometimes it does. In this case, it didn't. And it ended this young lady's life. And in the interview, her mother said that he put hands on her before. He put hands on. That's why she got the protection order in the first place for December. And that probably pissed him off. And then that's where we are here. And I believe when she went out and she jumped out of that car that day, he had already decided that he was going to take her out. You have to recognize these signs before, because sometimes when you already, in a relationship with this person, you already let your guards down. You have told them all of your life, because us women, we talk a lot. And we tell them, we talk so much. We tell some of these men what we like, what we don't like. They know exactly how to act, what to say, to let your guards get, so you get comfortable with them. And then when you get comfortable, you fall in love, because with many women, before you say red box, you in love. Because what I'm saying, it unfortunately won't be able to help her, but it can help, even if it's one young lady. Before we say red box, we're in love. You don't know nothing about the person. And then this is the thing, you just dating a person. This person not supposed to know where you live until you know that you know. This man is saying you don't have no bad intuition about him. People can testify about his character and stuff. Not saying he's perfect. Nobody's perfect. But the ones that take you out, he's not that kind, because not every man is that kind. Not every man. Some men are, they will cheat on you. They will take your stuff, but not every man will take your life. But you have to recognize the ones that will take your life. And there are signs. You have to be looking out for them. You have to watch out for them. Don't get too comfortable. Don't get too lackadaisical. And then you fall for this person. And then when you fall, that's what makes it harder to leave. That's what makes it, and I've been there. And only by the grace of God. And I remember I told the person, only God can take me away from you. And God surely did that, because this person tried to run me over with a car, have ice pick trying to, take me out. So I've been there. So it makes it real harder when you have already fallen for this person. People might say, oh, why you don't leave that person? That's why before you fall, you need to see that Jekyll, Miss Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde in that person. Before you fall, you need to see that Joker in that person. Before you fall for them. Because after you finish fall and then that Dr. Jekyll, it makes it so hard to leave. That's why sometimes the person know they have the protection, but they still talk to them, they still in contact with them, because they still have the hold, they have that bond with that person. And some of these things you can only prevent them, because sometimes, yes, some women are able to get away with this, they think them, but it's not a lot. And sometimes some women are able to get away. Their lives are changed. How sometimes these things end, and sometimes some people have to completely change their identity, everything about them, to get away from this person. This is such a sad story, and then the fact that you could also look at, say, hey, they could have finished, they could have not failed her, and then he still, end up doing that and whatever. Yes, of course it could happen, but now we will never know. That is definitely a factor. The police could have come, they arrested him and whatever, and he able to get in contact with her and sweet talk her and stuff like that. Because some of these violent men, they sweet talkers. They know exactly what to say to you. They know exactly how to act to get you to fall for them. But you have to see through that, the way they talk and the way they act, that nice look, that nice smile. That's being so helpful. Or you have to look through that. What's the intention? Do you have an agenda? Because everybody that comes in your life have an agenda. You have to figure out what that agenda is. And I've seen people also say that's why you need to be caring and stuff like that. Sometimes people most recently, this lady that I know, we shop at the same place where I buy some of my stuff, some of my inventory. Her daughter was carrying. The man grabbed her stick and used it on her. Because sometimes we don't understand, and that's not something that you would wish to be in. Sometimes when that person is in a rage, because everybody is, a lot of people their emotions are all over the place. Emotions are all over the place. People are not emotionally intelligent at all in the time that we're living in. And being filled up with soy, everything have soy, doesn't help either. If you know what the effects of soy is. We don't need to get into that. But you thinking, hey, I'm packing, I'm good. Let me tell you something. I mean, she just graduated, beautiful young lady, just graduated. Her mom is there. I don't know how her mom is, and she looked just like her mom. I don't know how her mom how her mom woke up. It was that I saw her. I was like, you still doing this? She said, of course, she still had to do it. She have other kids to take care of, but she was in the store all crying. The girl she had her stick, and he used it on her. Sometimes, yeah, you could have that, but is still not a guarantee that you will make it out alive. You have to do it is preventative. I'm telling you, you have to get the knowledge, and it doesn't come like that. You have to get the knowledge. You have to know what to look out for. You cannot, if somebody who love you, your friends tell you, I don't know about him, girl. I don't know about him, man. I don't know about her, man. I don't know about that. Listen, because that's people who love and care about you. But sometimes especially when we're desperate, we tired of, using the little toys, and we tired of having dinner alone and doing Christmas alone and pretending buying flowers for us and sending it to the office and stuff like that. It has to be preventative, because this thing is happening every day. As I'm speaking, somebody is already gone. Somebody's already gone, unfortunately. And this is true. This is so true. This happens every single day. We have to recognize these stuff before. And no amount of crystals. Oh, I got crystals on me. It's the next thing. You put crystals all over you, crystals in your hair, you have crystals on your neck, you got crystals in your bosom, everything on you is crystals. That's not gonna stop. That's not a guarantee that's gonna stop that. Because we have a bunch of people that are walking around, men and women. Don't think it's only men, because there are women just as violent as the men, just as violent, that are walking around just angry at the world. They think the card they was dealt, that's not what they were supposed to be dealt. They can't believe you left them. How dare you left them? You don't know who they is. And they don't care. They have nothing to lose. Some of them do have something to lose. They don't care. They don't care. They just thinking for that moment, and they ready to take you out. This is such a sad situation. And then calling the thing this is ridiculous. This is getting ridiculous. This is just getting worse and worse each and every day. I mean, if you want to just report on this, you'll have so much to talk about, because this keeps on happening over and over and over again. And people could say, oh, if you're in this situation, reach out, let somebody know. Sometimes people can't even reach out because, they scared, for one. People are going to judge them. People going to say, I told you. Sometimes you don't even know who to reach out to. Oh my God. Anyway, but the grandma did survive, because I believe when he hit her in the hand, she went back. So he probably thought that, he got her or whatever, maybe, I don't know. But then he went and got, this is sad. This is definitely not no time to be teaching women how to get stuff from men, how to do this. This is not the time, especially when you have women losing their lives because I don't want to be with you. Hey, I try to make it work. I try to do this. It's just not working. I can't do this no more. And then the person has to lose their life for that. And then wasting people on this internet, wasting their time. Oh, do this to get a man. Do this. Oh, fighting. Y'all fighting against each other. Black man against a black woman. Oh, come on. There's a bunch of foolishness going on here. That's all I had to say on the situation. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.